Hey YouTube, welcome back to another Keeping Up with Cal. And before we start this video, I'd like y'all to please like, comment, and subscribe. And today on the show, we have none other than YG400. Yeah, YG has lately been the topic of a lot of conversation. You know, he just dropped a video, a single not too long ago called Gang Business. And in this video YG dropped, he brought up a topic that everybody, been wanting to hear about. He finally answered the question: was YG a Crip before he was a Paru blood? You know what I'm saying? And in this video, YG, he answered that for everybody. He said,
"This on the same shit, whoa, and this bitch gang thick. Real blood, I ain't never bang Crip. Tried to play with my gangster, but it ain't stick. I don't know what you niggas thought, but it ain't it."
He ain't never been a Crip. True or not, we don't know. But I think the first person who brought this rumor to the internet was none other than Spider Loc, out of 9-7 East Coast Crips, I believe. You feel me? But Spider Loc took to Instagram, I think it was, and it was like this happened a long time ago. So probably a lot of people that's on the internet today really don't know about Spider Loc and YG once had a beef. But Spider Loc took to the internet and posted up a picture of YG throwing up seemingly a Compton Crip signal, Compton Crip gang sign. You know, it looked like maybe he was throwing up an old school C, but Spider Loc said that YG was throwing up a Santana Block Compton Crip sign. And the internet went crazy back then off of this. If y'all didn't know, Spider Loc was really probably one of the first gang members to come to the internet. This is when it wasn't so cool to be an internet guy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people still to this day, in Los Angeles at least, hate being on the internet. Like, especially the older guys. Like, you cannot get these older guys to get on the internet and expose their face, because you got to think, it's a lot of dirt that been did back in the day that people don't want to get caught up for. You know what I'm saying? Like, these old school gangsters was really out here doing what they were saying they was doing. Like, and I seen Munchie B say something about it's like the old NBA and the new NBA. Like, how the old NBA was way rougher. They was seemingly like getting away with throwing them balls. Like, you didn't want to go through the middle of the paint back in the day in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And these days, you barely touch a dude, they flop it. Like, you ain't even got to touch them. They flop it at the air. You know what I'm saying? And that's, Munchie B compared that to these days gang banging and back in the days gang banging. A lot of those OGs, if you look at them, they got big hands, scarred up knuckles, they got war wounds. That's what they call them, war wounds. And if you look at a lot of these new age gang members, they kind of like pretty boys. Nice soft skin. No bruises on their knuckles, hands little, skinny, frail. You know, not the typical image of what you might think a gang member supposed to look like. But back to YG, you know, YG, yeah, he came out in this video and he pointed it out. And him and Spider Loke's ongoing beef. Not too much have I heard Spider Loke speaking on YG lately, so I can't say that they still have an ongoing beef. You know, Spider Loke has grown older and went on to a different, shall I say, aspect of his life, because he's not trolling and he's not pulling up on people. You know, he pulled up on Lil Wayne and Baby allegedly back in the day.
What truck they in? Slim and Baby in this one, cuz, right here, cuz. Whole ass niggas.
And him and 40 Glock, you know, the viral video of them surrounding Baby and Lil Wayne in a black truck. But he's more grown, more educated. You see him speak more eloquently, you know. So I'm not even sure if him and YG have a beef still, but YG has came out and answered that question. And if y'all know YG, he's not the same YG from back then, you know. YG is more looked at like the boogeyman of the industry now, especially ever since the incident, y'all know. And not saying that he had nothing to do with that incident, but his name is surrounded with that incident because he's the most notable name. So, you know, sometime when you the most notable name and the people around you are getting into incidents, you know, it'll be put on you. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what's going on with Young and Hefe. You feel me? But yeah. So the question is YG, or has YG been a Crip before he was a Pyro Blood? I don't know. You know, I only could go off the evidence, what we see on the internet, and what he says. He says he's never been a Crip. You know, they have some dudes from Santana Block, Compton Crip, that did a interview with Street News TV, I believe it was, with Alex Alonso, and they was asked, you know, has YG ever been from your hood or whatever? And they said, nah, he ain't never been from where we from.
710, that's Paramount?
Yeah, that's Paramount.
Yeah. And you on the border, right?
Yeah.
This neighborhood is on the border of Paramount.
Yeah.
And what they got in Paramount?
Shit. We from Compton. They got the Gundry blocks out there. You feel me? They got the East Side Paramounts. You feel me?
Now I got a rap question. I heard that YG, who's from Treetop, used to be from Gundry Block.
Nah.
Is there any truth to that?
Nah,
I
he's
don't
from
know
Block
about-
Boys.
What's that?
He from Block Boys. You feel me? Exeter Block.
Is that Paramount?
Yeah, that's in Paramount. It's a clique where everybody, you feel me, that grew up together. You feel me? Like how he said he was in Pomona. A lot of people was in Paramount, but they'd still be going to the city with their families. You feel me? On the weekends, you feel me, or summertime, however it was.
And they said, oh, they actually asked them, was he from Gundry Block Crip, which is a hood up out of Paramount. I think it's like on a borderline of Paramount and Compton. You know what I'm saying? And they said no. They said YG was from some clique that was called Exeter Block. You know, if you was familiar with the area, Gundry, and the Exeter Block, E Block it was called, I think. It was like 3 streets, you know, off of Garfield and Somerset, I think that is, or Garfield and Rosecrans primarily, you know what I'm saying? It was Richfield, Exeter, and Petro, you know, and you know these little cliques are gangs that they was making back then. This was like in the early 90s, I believe, and I believed a lot of that stuff died out. So you know, it's real, but it used to be on Richfield, Exeter, and Petro. It used to be a mixture of everybody over there. It was some Santanas. It was let's say it was some Insanes over there. I remember. It was some Nutty Blocks. It was a mixture of mostly Compton hoods, but it was a little bit of everybody over there. You could say Kelly Parks. It was a lot of everybody. Neighborhood Comptons. I don't really remember too many blood hoods, but I know for sure it was some over there. I just off the top can't remember any. It was some Mac Mafias over there. It was a lot of everybody around in that area at that time. You know what I'm saying? And they started a clique called Exeter Block, E Block. And I guess people are saying YG used to claim that. But that's not too out of the ordinary because people from Los Angeles know, like, everybody once claimed something, or unless you actually grew up and was born into your hood. Like a lot of these LA hoods, you know, people dads was from these hoods, their moms was from these hoods, cousins, uncles, even grandparents, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you wasn't really birthed in your neighborhood like that, you was one of them people that was bouncing around, and you probably was from some of these cliques, you know, and some of these cliques turned real hoods, like the sex jerks, weirdos, blasting fools. I think that was once a clique. And it was a whole lot of other, you know, when the cliques start coming around. That was like probably early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Maybe late 80s, I'm not too sure. I don't really know. I'm not too knowledgeable on cliques, but I was around when they was popping up and people was hearing about them, you know what I'm saying? But, so the word is YG was from one of these cliques. That's nothing out of the ordinary, you know, because like I said, if you wasn't born in one of these known neighborhoods, then you would have been, you know, just surfing on the outside. A lot of people used to be from other hoods before they came from the hood they from. This is a known thing in Los Angeles, Compton, Watts. Like, it's a lot of people that came from other hoods to be put on the hood that they're claiming that.
Oh man, Holmes, it's fucking Gibraltar.
Look at the red. This kid's a blood. You see?
What blood, man?
This is gone.
Cancel Christmas.
You know, so I wouldn't doubt it if YG was from a clique or if he was from somewhere before he became a treetop Haru. That wouldn't surprise me at all. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, everybody knows YG from being a treetop Haru. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing things about the dude that's on the song with him, Pay Gotti. You know, these days, nobody cares, you know. Nobody really cares about if you used to be from here or if you came from this clique and went to this hood. Like, I don't see people as much tripping off that. Just like people say, nobody cares if you come off a 50-50 yard, you know. Like, a lot of people these days don't go off the old rule, you know what I'm saying? And living off the old rules these days will get you hurt faster than living off the new rules. You feel me? Like, it's like you just need to go along with it sometimes because things change and things evolve, you know. And you being the one person that's always trying to live the glory years. Oh, y'all need to do it this way. Y'all not doing it right. And ooh, you know, that's the person seemingly that always end up at the bad end of the stick these days, you know. Older guys, y'all need to stand back and let these young guys have their time if this is what they want, because a lot of the older guys don't even want this no more. And if you do, you know, what's that say about you? You know what I'm saying? Being an old guy still living a young man's sport. You know what I'm saying? Just like basketball. What does Michael Jordan look like coming out of retirement and playing against Steph Curry and LeBron James? Let that go, man. You know? But as for YG, I feel like YG is secure in his skin, man, and I don't think he listens to none of the things that anybody say, you know. I mean, as of now, this is the first time he even responded to this rumor that was put out. And, you know, he's been doing fine not having to answer it. He never had to answer it if he didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. With that said, we're going to end it right there, man. Let me know what y'all think about this YG and if he used to be a Crip or if that matters or if it don't, you know. Hop up in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Till next time, let me know. Can y'all keep up with Cal? I'm out.